So, back in August of 2025, OpenAI rolled out what was supposed to be its next huge leap forward. But instead of getting a round of applause, the launch was met with, well, chaos, confusion, and a full-blown user rebellion. It turned into this massive cultural moment for AI, and it revealed just how deep these tools have gotten into our lives. Let's break down exactly what went wrong.
So here's the central mystery, right? OpenAI drops its brand new, most powerful model ever. And the reaction online isn't excitement, it's just anger, frustration. People felt it was broken, dumber, and honestly, kind of cold. So why? Why did everyone feel like it was such a massive step back? To get it, we've got to peel back a few layers, starting with what was really going on under the hood.
All right, so the first piece of this puzzle was purely technical. Behind the scenes, that shiny new upgrade was actually creating a super inconsistent experience for everyone, and the reason why is, well, it's pretty fascinating.
Professor Ethan Mollick pretty much diagnosed the problem on day one. As he points out here, this new GPT-5 wasn't one single thing. See, OpenAI promised this super smooth experience where the AI would just automatically pick the right tool for your prompt. But in reality, it was a whole collection of different models, some great, some not so great. And the automatic system choosing between them, it wasn't always making the best call.
This created this bizarre experience for users. It's like 1 minute you're talking to this super genius AI, the most powerful one on the planet, and the next, for no reason at all, you're talking to one of the worst ones available. This got especially bad when lots of people were using it because the system would just default you down to a weaker model to handle the load. It created this kind of model whiplash, and for a lot of people, it just felt like a major, frustrating downgrade.
But a technical glitch, that was only part of the story. The next layer of this rebellion was deeply human. It was about the anger coming from the platform's most dedicated, most passionate, and paying customers.
This quote from Alistair McLeod just hits the nail on the head. He's talking about the power users. You know, the people who build their entire jobs around ChatGPT, who pay for it every month, who tell all their friends to use it. All of a sudden, they felt completely abandoned. The feeling was that OpenAI had catered to the most casual users, and in the process, thrown their biggest fans under the bus. And this was one of the biggest reasons they were so mad. If you were a paying Plus user, you suddenly found out you were capped at just 200 messages a week with the most powerful version of the AI. 200! I mean, if you use this for your job, you could burn through that in a single day, and then your work just grinds to a halt.
So you see, it wasn't just one thing. It was a perfect storm of frustrations that all hit at once. You lost the ability to pick the model you wanted. You had no idea which one you were even talking to. All the prompts and workflows you'd spent months or years perfecting were suddenly broken. And then, to top it all off, you slammed into this ridiculously low usage cap without any warning. It felt like a total betrayal.
But the backlash went even deeper than broken workflows and angry professionals. And honestly, this might be the most revealing part of the whole story. The powerful, almost shocking emotional response from everyday users who felt like they had lost something personal.
I mean, this quote from Reddit is just heartbreaking. And it's just one example of thousands of posts just like it. It shows that for so many people, ChatGPT wasn't just a tool for coding or writing. It was a confidant, a sounding board, a source of comfort. And overnight, that personality, that connection, it just vanished, replaced by something that felt cold and corporate. This feeling of loss was everywhere. People loved the warmth and wit of the old model, GPT-4o, and now it was gone. Users called the new one sterile, impersonal. The analogy of replacing a favorite coffee shop with a vending machine is perfect. It wasn't just that the AI felt different. It felt like a friend had been replaced by an imposter.
And this is really the key. This is the big lesson from that emotional tidal wave. The new model, on paper, might have been smarter. It might have aced every benchmark test. But none of that mattered. Users didn't care about its raw IQ. They cared about the experience, the feel of the conversation. And in that court of public opinion, the new model was losing. Badly.
So you have this huge two-front backlash, right, from the power users and the everyday people. It put incredible pressure on OpenAI. And what happened next really showed the power of a user base when it decides to speak up together.
And wow, did the company respond fast? Incredibly fast.
Within just a few days of the launch, the CEO, Sam Altman, was on social media saying, yeah, we messed up. First, he announced they were doubling the message caps. Then, just 2 days later, they jacked them up even more. And then came the ultimate concession. They gave in to the emotional pleas and actually agreed to bring back the old, beloved GPT-4o model.
And just look at the difference. That initial cap of 200 weekly messages blasted all the way up to 3,000. This wasn't a small apology tweak. This was a massive, full-scale reversal, and it was a direct result of the user rebellion.
This post just captured the mood online perfectly. The community really felt like they had fought a battle and won. They called it the first ChatGPT Plus rebellion. I mean, think about it. Users forced one of the most powerful tech companies in the world to listen to them and completely change course. It was a really historic moment for AI.
So, the rebellion ended. The Civil War was over. But the questions it raised? They were just getting started. This whole firestorm forced a much bigger, much more important conversation about what this moment really means for the future of AI. And two main schools of thought started to emerge.
So on one hand, you have what folks like David Sachs called the Goldilocks scenario. His take is that this is actually a good thing. It proves we're not rocketing towards some single world-ending superintelligence. Instead, we have healthy competition, a bunch of great models, and solid engineering. But then you have the plateau scenario. From people like Adam Butler, they argue that the era of those massive, mind-blowing leaps in AI capability might be over. And the real work now isn't about building the next big thing, but the slow, hard grind of integrating the amazing tools we already have into our economy.
But there's a third perspective here, and it might be the most profound one. As this one user on Reddit put it so powerfully, this isn't just about a cuddly bot versus a smart bot. It's a philosophical fork in the road. Because AI isn't just a tool anymore. It's becoming part of how we think, part of our cognitive environment. So the question is, what kind of partner do we want in that environment?
And that's really the ultimate question this whole rebellion leaves us with. This whole event proved that AI is no longer just a piece of software in a box. It's becoming woven into our work, our thoughts, and yes, even our emotional lives. So the most important thing moving forward isn't just about making AI smarter. It's about all of us deciding, together, what kind of relationship we actually want to have with it. What do we want it to become? That is the deeper conversation that the great ChatGPT rebellion of 2025 really started.